us for the first time and this is your first engagement with us, you are most welcome. We are glad
Lowena, maze okunywa chai. Leina, maze okunywa chai.
Sorry about the network for the teacher. We are minded to send our contacts and names in the chat. So let's be sending the names and contacts in the chat as the teacher reconnects. Thank you.
Let me take this opportunity.
Good morning.
Let me take this opportunity to welcome you once again. Thank you so much for this, giving us this chance and your time to study with Teacher Linda. Those ones were with previously. To see me, I'm Teacher Linda. I'm going to handle mathematics. That is about place values and values of whole numbers. And indeed, we've covered a lot. Those ones who are joining us for the first time, I urge you to visit our WhatsApp group. It contains all the work for the previous engagements as we've been having it. So I'm glad to have you. And thank you for choosing this time to join. Previously, we shared about place values. Previously, we shared about place values, how to handle them, what do we need to know about them. That's what we looked at. But today we are going to look at a simple topic, actually a simple subtopic under still under the numeration system and place values. And this one here is forming numbers or numerals. Forming numbers or numerals. When they talk about forming numbers or numerals, when they talk about forming numbers or numerals, when they say numerals, they mean the numbers we always see. Here we have numerals. What do they refer to as the numerals? Here is what they mean. Numerals is this one you call a number. So another word for a number can be called a numeral. This one here is the numeral. Then what do we call the digits? These, they've put together to form a numeral. They are the ones called the digits. The 2, 3, 7, these ones are digits. They were put together to form a number or a numeral. So this is what we are going to look at. How do we form these numbers here? How do we come up with such numbers? We've always seen numbers, thousands and thousands of numbers, but we really don't know. Some of us are not aware of how to form such numbers. You can also come up with your own numbers, and I believe by the end of our session, you'll be in position to handle or to make your own numbers. We've said that the whole of this is what we call a number. It is what we call a number. Or we can call it a numeral. We can call the whole of this 237 is a number or a numeral. But these ones they've put together to form this number here, they are the ones we refer to as digits. Yes? So in this number here, we have 2 as a digit, we have 3 as a digit, we have 7 as a digit. Let us see something here. What we should note. What we need to note in this case, we should note the following as you're forming numbers. The first thing, the small digits can be used to form different numbers or numerals. So these digits you get, the digits you've been given, you can use them to form different numbers. You can use them to form more and more numbers. The digits given cannot be used to form only one number, no? They can be used to form several different numbers. Then another thing we need to note, there is that time when they ask you for the smallest digit. If they say, what is the smallest digit? And to form the smallest, there you have the smallest digits, you have the biggest digits there, you have the highest, you may call them anything. But now they tell you form the biggest number or the smallest number. So this one, we need to note this. To form the smallest number, we first arrange digits from the smallest to the biggest. From the smallest to the biggest. And that order is called the ascending order. So this is how it can appear like. This order can be like this. So as you're arranging these digits to form this number here, you start with the smallest until you reach the biggest number. This is what we refer to as the ascending order. So you start from the smallest as you come to the biggest. And that's how you will have begun. That is the ascending order. You start from the smallest digit. If it is 1, you will start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the house here. That is when we are forming the smallest digit. Then let us see. To form the biggest number, the other one was forming the smallest number, and we're looking at the nature of the digits we have. Now they are saying to form the biggest number, we first arrange the digits from the biggest to the smallest, and that order is called the descending order. This order here is called the descending order. That is the arrangement from the biggest to the smallest. I've underlined these words because they are very important, so we need to memorize them. That's why I've underlined them. We'll say that to form the biggest number, this word is also underlined. We arrange the digits from the biggest to the smallest. So if in terms of drawing, that will look like this. And we shall say this is the first or the biggest until we reach the smallest. Yes? So when you turn it, this is how it can look like. As you're arranging them, so you'll start with this biggest number, you move to the one that is not so big in that order until you find the smallest digit here. So this is what we refer to as the descending order.
Dear parents and learners, let's remember to put our names and the phone number in the chat section so that they are captured. Thank you. You put the name of the child in the chat, followed by the phone number of the parent. As we wait for the teacher to reconnect back,
when we are forming these digits here, that you may find that at times you don't will always help you on how to handle such cases. So say that when we are making the smallest, when you're forming guests, and we've termed those one ending. Other one. Those are the first two terms we've said, ascending and descending, and this is how best we can spell them. Then let us see, there are also some other terms that are always involved when you're forming digits, when you're handling this piece of work. Let us see them. Let us see the other terms we expect to meet. More terms involved. Oh, let me first check something here. Let me first check something here, then probably I'll share again my screen. We've said that we need to note the following. We need to note the following because we have the other terms involved when we are doing this piece of work. Let me share my screen again so that we can also note down these terms and see how best we can use them. How do we need to involve them? How are they involved? We've written down the first two terms. Make sure you note them down. That is ascending and descending order. And in this case, I expect you to be in position to define the two terms and how they differ. We are going to apply them. Then we have the terms involved. Yes, please.
I can't see your screen.
What about now? Can you see my screen?
No.
Who else does not see my screen? Valentine, do you see my screen?
Yes.
John, do you see my screen? I think it's Martha. Do you see it now?
No.
I think just wait.
I don't see your.
Wait a little bit. I think it could be your network. You'll be seeing it soon. Because at least some of our friends are seeing it. So you will see it. It will later come back. So these are some of the terms involved. One, we have addition. And for the case of addition, they may always ask for the sum of the digits, of the numbers formed. So you should take note of the following words. When they talk about sum, it's a matter of applying the addition in it. And the addition sign, I'm sure that we know how it looks like, but still I'll remind you, this is how it looks like. Then they can also ask for the product. And when they ask for the product, they want you to basically multiply the numbers they've given you. So you also take note. They may also give you another one here. They may talk about the difference. When they talk about the difference, they basically want you to apply the subtraction. Sorry, I added an S here, but it should not be there, so don't put it when you're noting down something. This S here. When they talk about the difference, they basically want you to apply subtraction. So take note also. Then they may ask for the smallest or lowest. Here they may ask for the smallest number formed, smallest numeral formed. So I hope we can also integrate the meaning of smallest there, according to their values. For the case of the digits, when they talk about the difference, they don't want you to define and say, oh, 3 comes first and 2 is the last, so 3 is the, no, they don't want that. When they talk about the difference between 3 and 2, they just want you to come and subtract 3 minus 2. So their difference is 1. That is what they want for the case of the difference. Don't state notes. Don't write any paragraph. Don't write a lot of things. You know, when the teacher talked about 3, she began with 3 and ended with the 2. So 2 comes before, so 2 is here, no? Just apply something small when they are talking about difference. They will always want you to subtract. Then when they talk about sum, we've said sum, this one is application of addition. So when they ask for the sum of 3 and 2, you just add the 2. You add 3 plus 2. So the sum of 3 and 2 will be 5. That will be the sum of 3 and 2. So you should take note when they ask for the sum, just know we are going to be adding. When they ask for the difference, we are subtracting. Then at times they may, when they ask for the product, just know that you are going to apply the multiplication sign. Don't say 3 produced 2 and 2 came out 2, then 2 did this. No, you just come and say the product of 3 and 2 is 3 times 2, which gives you answer 6. That is the product. So you just multiply the numbers given if they ask for their product. Smallest or lowest number according to the value, because you can even draw those bits if possible. You look at 2, then you also consider it with 3. So you realize that the smallest number out of this, or the lowest, is 2, according to the value they hold. So that is the smallest. Don't look at the size of these numbers here, that 2 is small, 1 is big. We shall not look at that. Okay? Then let us see also some other words we are likely to meet. We can also meet this. The biggest or the highest. They may ask for the biggest number, the highest number. Still, don't look for the size and say, oh, this number has a big head, this number has a small this. No, just come and consider the numbers given to you. If we have our 3 and 2, according to the value they hold, you find that 2 is smaller and 3 is big according to the value it holds. So you find that 3 will be the biggest or the highest number. Don't look at the size, because these people are tricky. If you know that you're considering the size, you may find they'll put a 3 very small like this. Then they say, what is the biggest number of these? And you say, but 2 is big. You look at 2. So you find that only that will confuse you. So you should consider this in mathematics. When they look for the highest or the biggest number, they don't want you to consider their size. Yes? Because you may say, this 2 is big. When I'm packing it, it will, this 2 is big. No, we are not considering the size when we are talking about numbers, but we just check the value it holds, because however tiny 3 may be, it holds a bigger value, that is 1, 2, and 3. Then 2 holds a smaller value, that is 1 and 2. Because when you're given these chapatis, you will also don't choose a plate with only 2. You look for the plate that has a lot, that holds a bigger value. So those are some of the terms that will be involved here. Let us see some examples here. Let us try to see some examples here. Oh, these terms, we talked about them, the ascending and the descending Those are the ones we began with. So let us see some of the examples here. They are saying, write down 3-digit figure formed by the digits below. When they talk about the figure, we can use some other words for this. We can call it a number. We can call it a number. We can call it a numeral. And these ones are formed after putting the given digits together. Those are some of the words we can use. Instead of figure, we can say number, we can call it a numeral. So they are saying, write down the digits that can be formed from this. When we are forming numbers, the 3-digit numbers, when we are forming the 3-digit numbers, one thing we should note, the commas are left out. You don't need to come and write it as 3, 7, 5. The moment you put commas, it means that these numbers are independent, these digits are independent. For you to show that this is a complete number that has been formed, you eliminate the commas. So you'll have the first number as 375. And remember, they've told us that these digits can be used to form very many different numbers, the same digits. How do we form the different numbers? By changing the order. So this time round, since we've made 375, we can then come and say we can also form 357. That can be our second number. Then how can we form the third number? Then you say, oh, I've already begun with 3. Then I can start with 7. So you will say we have 735. Third number, because they've told you to list down any that can be formed. Then you can say, oh, if I've begun with 7, then I can also make 750. 53. Yes. Then we can still form other digits here, other numbers starting with different digits. So let me give a chance to someone here. Give me one number that they can form, one of the remaining numbers. Yes, Trevor, can you give me one number that can be formed? Yes, John, your hand is up.
573.
Good, we have 573. There is also some other number that can be formed. Lina, can you give me the other number? Your hand is up.
537.
Good, 537. You realize that out of the digits we had, these are some of the numbers we've made. We had 3 digits, but we formed 6 different numbers. Someone's hand is still up. Lina, do you have another number? Lina, do you have another number? Okay. So when we are forming these digits here, when we put together these digits to form numbers, one thing we go away with are the commas. So we write them without putting commas. So this is the list. We can form these numbers here. We have 375, 357, 537, 573, 753, and 735. Then after writing them here, the ones you have formed, you will have to put them in a list, and that's how the list will look like. That's when they don't specify that we want the largest, we want the biggest, we want the smallest. That's how best we can do it. Then let us see also another example here. Some other examples, they are saying, write down anything with the digits. 4, this one should have commas formed by the digits 4, 5, and 6. So still here we can form these digits. I want to give a chance to everyone so that you can at least give me the digits we can form. Stacy? Yes, Stacy?
Teacher.
Yes, please.
What's your screen?
You can see my screen. Just wait patiently, you will be seeing it because at least some others are seeing it. Just wait patiently. Yes, Dennis has given a number. If you're not submitting to the class, you can mute your microphone. Denise, give me that number you've sent in the chat so that we can write it here.
645.
Good, we have 645. Then we can also, Shukaina, you give me another number. Yes, Shukaina, I've seen yours. It is 564. Trevor and Shukaina, you formed the same number. Maria, yes, Maria has formed a number that is
154.
I'm saying 56. 456. Trevor, yes, I've written yours. Stacy, I've seen yours. So I want some other different numbers now. We have the same numbers. Jemima, your hand is up.
546.
Good, we have 546. Then can we have another one? Kirsten, you're quiet. Kirsten, you're quiet. Give me something.
Teacher, that's joined.
You've just joined. Okay, you are welcome. We are looking at how to form numbers from the given digits. And so far, these are the numbers we are trying to form from the digits listed here we have underlined. So we've put those digits together without commas and formed these numbers here, as you see. Let me hope there at least you've picked up something and you'll be in position to give us something in the next example. John, your hand is up. Yes, John.
645.
Yeah, that one is already here. Maybe we can have 654. Can have 654. Then Lina, yes, please, your hand is up.
465. 400.
Lina, your hand is up.
645.
That one we've finished. Thank you. David, your hand is up.
465.
465, good. Kaden, your hand is up. Shivan, you're welcome. You've not said anything yet. Are these the only numbers we can form? I hope that's it. We have this and this. Yeah, these are the numbers we can form. So thank you so much. Forming numbers, we put together the digits given to us and we form the numbers. So this is the list and this is how it can look like. This is how it will look like. We can form those numbers there. And their list will come out like that. Then let us see some other example here. Yes, we have write the smallest number that can be formed using the digits 7, 2, 3, 6. Remember, we said that the smallest, to form the smallest number, you arrange the digits from the smallest to the biggest. And how do we call that order there? How do we call that order? Someone to help us. How do we call that order from the smallest to the biggest? Yes, Trevor, your hand is up.
Ascending order.
Ascending order. That is from the smallest to the biggest. Thank you so much. So who is ready to form for us the smallest number? Smallest number. Who is ready? Chris, are you ready? Chris, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, give us. Give us the smallest number.
2,367.
67. Thank you so much. Then after doing this, I've seen some messages in the chat. It is correct. Then you count. So this one is a number in 2 groups. So you come and count it on the right 1, 2, 3. You put there a comma. Yes. So it will come out as 2,367. So let us still see. This is how it will be. We first arrange the digits very well. So this is the order we are going to use. After arranging, you remove the commas and that's how it will be. The smallest number will be. Let us use another thing here. Another example here, they are saying, write the biggest number that can be formed using digits 3, 2, and 7. Who can give us the biggest number here? Biggest number. Pari, can you give us the biggest number? Pari?
You have not finished the work.
We are asking for the biggest number formed here. Yes, Maria?
7.
Biggest number?
7.
Oh, no, that is a digit. From these ones here, we said we arrange from the biggest to the smallest. So the biggest number will be?
732.
How do we read that number?
732.
Good. This is how we read it. Then who can form the smallest number for us? This number, Denise?
200.
230. That's 7, good. So that is the smallest number. If they ask for the sum of these two numbers, what do we do? If they ask for the sum?
We add.
Good. When they ask for the sum, we add them. What about the difference?
We subtract.
Difference? Good, we subtract. So this is, then we also, if you have these digits here, 3, 0, 2. Who can form the 3-digit small number from this digit here? The 3-digit small number. Kirsten, can you? Someone has already put it here. Yes. What
203.
Yeah, 203. Then some other friend of ours may ask, why did this person say, that person has not begun with a 0? If you begin with a 0, it will be like this, yes? And remember, this one is equivalent to 20 to 23. So you'll have formed a 2-digit number. So you exchange a 0 with the next smallest digit, and this is how the number will look like. Okay, I'm going to share some work in the group. You're going to interact with it. You're going to have more time with this work here. If you find any issue there, you will share it with me. You can put your concern in the group so that I can help you out where you meet a challenge. I'm going to put several numbers there, interact with them, and I hope you're going to enjoy that time. Yes, there are very many examples here. And I hope you enjoy that period, okay? So thank you for listening. Thank you for being active. Thank you for participating. Bye-bye. Let me put the work in the group so that you can interact with it.
Teacher, are you going to send us the work? Yes.
Kinda.
Teacher, are you going to send the work?
She kind of says, yes, I'm going to send it. There are some examples I've not gone through. Some examples I've not gone through.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to send it right now in the WhatsApp group.
Now. Yes.
There are some.
Yes.
I'm sending the work. You meet a challenge. Yeah, where you meet a challenge, you contact me, please. I'll be helping you. Okay? Because our time has ended.
And active participation.
Have a nice day. Questions, you can put them in the WhatsApp group. I'll be responding to them. Let it be basically for our learning. Let us use it well. In our WhatsApp group, let us use it well. So you can put any questions you meet, okay? Some of our friends had not yet written everything. Like Shukaina, she says, teacher, you were too fast. I'm going to send the work.
Okay.
I'm going to send the work so you'll give it time and do it. Otherwise, bye-bye. I wish you a nice day.
Bye.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Lena, thank you for, thank you too for attending. John, I like the pieces you have sent. Thank you too. Thank you for appreciating. I've seen the messages. We can now leave the meeting.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye. Enjoy your day.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for teaching us.
Thank you, teacher, for
You are
teaching us. May God
welcome.
bless you.
Amen. Bless you too.